You know, we give away a lot of awards in this business, and you might think that we give most of them to our next guest. He's had 31 #1 records and has been awarded 45 Dove Awards, to name only a few of his trophies. He's an award-winning singer and songwriter. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael W. Smith. You know, Michael, Belmont Church is just a block from my office here on Music Row, and you went there for years, right?
I did. In the 80s, I was there a lot, so even drove all the way down from Franklin, Tennessee to come to Music Row, but also worked down here a lot in the studios. But yeah, that was my home church for a very, very long time. Don Finto was the pastor back then, still one of my great friends still today.
Is that where you met Amy Grant?
We went to church together. I don't know if that's the first place I met Amy, but we led worship there together a lot. And then before I knew it, I was writing songs for Amy. And we were touring together and have been touring together on and off for a very long time.
You wrote some of her songs and toured with her.
I did, yeah.
That's why I brought that up. Meanwhile, you've got some new CDs I know you'd like to tell people about. And I've got them right here.
Do you have them right there? It's my new PR agent.
I know what I'm talking about, folks.
Well, you know what? I've been making music for the last 33 years, but yeah, I've always wanted to do a hymns project. I grew up in a little Baptist church in Canova, West Virginia, and for a long time, after making pop music and especially more in the contemporary Christian music genre, I just wanted to do a hymns record. So we thought what would be a great partner would be Cracker Barrel. And what a great company, what great people. And it's exclusive. You can only get it at Cracker Barrel. I always tell people you can go to Cracker Barrel and get the combo. You can get biscuits and gravy and then buy the CD, and then you're all set. So, the first one came out in 2014, then Hymns 2 just came out this past January. And all these all these songs I grew up singing in my church. And with exception maybe a few on the new one, because I decided to kind of mix a little bit of the old and then mix a little bit of the new.
Well, you know, I love gospel music myself, and I just released a couple of gospel albums. I cut a double album, 24 sides, and people said, no, let's don't put it out that way. Let's put it out two separate 12-side albums. I'm talking about Bill Gaither's group. So we did it that way. But gospel music will stay with you. And if you're raised in the church, like I'm sure you were and I was, it'll come out. You can't stop it. Listen, I know that you know who Albert Brumley is. And he wrote my dad's favorite gospel song, Turn Your Radio On. And I had a pop hit with that years ago.
Yeah.
And the record company didn't want to put it out, but I prevailed, and I finally got them to put it out. And sure enough, they said, "You're not a gospel singer." And I said, "Well, yeah, but put this out. It'll cross over." And sure enough, it did. Anyway, the gentleman that wrote the song, Albert Brumley, wrote another song that I know you know, because we've been rehearsing it here.
We know it all too well, don't we?
Would you like to do that for the folks?
Let's do that. This is a song that I grew up singing in church. But I think we're going to do it a little different. We're going to do a little Ray Stevens style here, as you can already tell. Some glad morning when the life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Never